You don't become a warrior on the day you finally feel ready. You become a warrior on the day you stop negotiating with yourself. Because the truth is, right now, there's a part of you that keeps asking for comfort, keeps asking for permission, keeps asking for one more day. And that part of you has been running your life. Today, you're going to meet something stronger. Let's talk about a 100-day challenge that doesn't just improve you, it remakes you. Not into a louder boy with bigger opinions, not into a performer who needs praise, into a man who can hold the line when no one is watching, into someone who can suffer quietly, work cleanly, and stay steady even when the world shakes. In Japan, there's an idea called Shuhari. It means first you obey the form, then you break the form, then you transcend the form. At the beginning, you don't get to freestyle. You don't get to find your way. You follow the discipline until the discipline becomes you. That's what these 100 days are. Not inspiration, not motivation, form, structure, repetition, pressure. Enough pressure to expose what's real. And you might be thinking, I'm not a boy, I'm grown. But listen, if you still keep promises only when you feel like it, if your mood decides your effort, if your phone can steal an hour from you without a fight, then there's still a boy inside you, a boy with adult responsibilities. That's a dangerous combination, because life doesn't care what you intended. Life only pays what you repeatedly do. Most men are not destroyed by one big failure. They're dissolved by 1,000 tiny surrenders. Sleeping in 10 minutes late, skipping the workout because you're busy, eating whatever is easiest, talking big, acting small. Let that sink in. The enemy isn't a rival. It's the version of you that keeps choosing the soft option and then calls it self-care. Here's a statistic that should scare you into honesty. The average person touches their smartphone more than 2,000 times a day. Think about that for a moment. 2,000 times you rehearse distraction. 2,000 times you train your nervous system to crave the easy hit. And then you wonder why you can't focus, why discipline feels painful, why your goals feel far away. You've been conditioning yourself to be weak without even realizing it. So this is not a fitness challenge. It's not a productivity challenge. It's not a glow-up. It's 100 days of rebuilding your command over yourself. Because warriors aren't born with different feelings. They're born with different rules. Here's the system. Simple enough to understand in one breath. Hard enough to change your life if you actually do it. For 100 days, you live by 5 non-negotiables. 1. You train your body every day. Not go hard, every day. Train every day. Some days are strength. Some days are conditioning. Some days are mobility and long walks. But every day, your body receives a signal. You are not allowed to rot. You are not allowed to drift. You move, even when you don't want to. 2. You practice deliberate discomfort every day. Cold shower, hard interval finisher, a long run in bad weather. Speaking the truth you've been avoiding. Finishing the task you keep postponing. The point is not pain for pain's sake. The point is teaching your mind that discomfort is not an emergency. It's information, and you can function through it. 3. You protect your attention. No doom scrolling, no social media before noon, no porn, no late night. Just one more video. You stop feeding the part of you that loves cheap stimulation, because attention is life. If you can't control what you look at, you can't control what you become. 4. You build one skill for 60 minutes a day. 1. Not 5. Not a random buffet. One skill that compounds language, writing, coding, sales, music, martial arts, business. 60 minutes. minimum, even when you're tired, especially when you're tired, because that's when you stop performing and start becoming. 5. You keep a warrior's record. Every night, you write a short log. What did you do today that proved you're trustworthy? What did you do today that proved you still lie to yourself? What will you do tomorrow to correct it? Not a diary of emotions, a ledger of actions. That's the system. 5 pillars. 100 days, no excuses, no romantic speeches. No waiting to feel it. You act first. Your feelings can catch up. Now let's make it real, because the mind loves to turn discipline into a fantasy. You'll imagine yourself doing it perfectly. You'll imagine yourself waking up at 5 a.m., training like a machine, eating clean, reading classics, meditating in silence, becoming unstoppable, and then you'll miss day 3 and call the whole thing off. That's how boys think. Warriors don't worship perfection. Warriors worship completion. So here's how you actually execute it. Day 1 to day 10 is shock. Your body complains. Your mind throws tantrums. You'll suddenly remember every inconvenience you've ever had. You'll tell yourself you're overdoing it. You'll tell yourself this isn't sustainable. Good. That's the old system fighting for survival. The old you does not leave quietly. During these first 10 days, your only job is to show up ugly. Train, even if the session is mediocre. Study, even if your brain feels slow. Write the log, even if you feel stupid. You are not proving talent. You are proving obedience to the plan. Ka, the Shu of Shuhari. Protect the form. Day 11 to day 30 is where the negotiation begins. This is the most dangerous stage, because you'll feel a little better. Your sleep improves. Your appetite stabilizes. Your confidence rises a notch. And then the voice comes. See, you're fine now. You can relax. That voice is the enemy wearing your face. This is when you must tighten the rules, not loosen them. Because progress makes you arrogant, and arrogance makes you careless. Keep the non-negotiables exactly the same. Same training, same discomfort, same attention protection, same skill hour, same log. Day 31. To day 60 is where you begin to feel something you might not have felt in years. Quiet power. Not hype, not excitement. Stability. You start doing hard things without needing an audience. You stop needing to announce your plans. You stop needing to be understood. You become less reactive. You can sit in boredom without panicking. You can take a hit without collapsing. This is where boys become dangerous in the best way because they stop being controlled by impulses. Day 61 to day 90 is the furnace. This is where life will test whether the change is real. Something will go wrong. Work stress, family drama, illness, travel, a breakup, a setback. It always happens. And this is the moment that decides who you are. Because anyone can be disciplined when life is calm. Warriors are forged when life is unfair. If you miss a day here, don't spiral, don't self-hate. But don't excuse it either. You apply the rule, you restart the count for the broken pillar only. If you broke the attention rule, you restart attention from day 1. If you skipped training, you restart training from day 1. You don't throw away the whole identity, but you don't pretend it didn't happen. That pain of restarting is what teaches the nervous system to respect the rules. Then, day 91 to day 100, that's transcendence. Stay. The re. Not because you become perfect, but because you become clear. You know what makes you weak. You know what makes you strong. You know what you can endure. You know what you can create. And most importantly, you know that you can be trusted by yourself. That is the foundation of every warrior. Not muscles, not money, self-trust. Now let's talk about how this turns boys into warriors, because it's not magic, it's mechanics. A boy seeks comfort first, then tries to do hard things. A warrior does hard things first, then comfort becomes optional. A boy is driven by emotion. A warrior is driven by principle. A boy asks, "How do I feel?" A warrior asks, "What is required?" A boy wants a new identity without paying for it. A warrior pays first, and identity follows like a shadow. And here's the part you need to hear. You don't need to be aggressive to be a warrior. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be cruel. The warrior you're becoming is not someone who dominates people. It's someone who dominates the part of you that keeps sabotaging your future. Let's get practical. What does a day look like? You wake up and you win the first 5 minutes. No phone. No scrolling. No checking. You sit up, drink water, make your bed. Small but symbolic. The warrior doesn't start the day already defeated. Then training, ideally early, because it steals fewer excuses from you. If you can't do early, fine, but schedule it like a meeting with consequences. You train. You sweat. You finish. Even if it's just a hard 30 minutes, you leave with proof. Then you protect your attention. You decide when you will consume information and when you will produce. Because producers become powerful, consumers become dependent. Then the skill hour. Timer on. 1 task. Deep work. No multitasking. No open tabs. You don't stop at 45 minutes because it got hard. You complete the hour. You teach your mind that focus is not optional. Then the discomfort. Some days it's physical, some days it's social, some days it's emotional. The conversation you've been avoiding. The apology, the boundary, the truth. Warriors don't carry cowardice as a daily tax. Then at night, the log. 3 lines is enough. I kept my rules. I broke my rule here. Tomorrow I fix it by doing this. Clean, sharp, honest. Now, you will mess this up if you don't understand the common mistakes. Mistake 1, you go extreme on day 1 and collapse on day 4. You try to become a movie character overnight. That's ego, not discipline. Scale your training so it's daily. Daily is the point. Consistency is the weapon. Mistake 2, you make it complicated. You add supplements, morning routines, 10 habits, 2 journals, a new app, a new tracker, and then you burn out managing the system. Warriors keep it simple. 5 pillars. That's it. Mistake 3, you rely on motivation. Motivation is weather. Discipline is climate. You don't build a life on weather. Mistake 4, you hide the challenge. Not from the internet. Forget the internet. You hide it from yourself by keeping it vague. I'll try. I'll do my best. No, warriors speak in commitments. Specific rules, specific consequences, specific tracking. Mistake 5, you think the goal is to suffer. It's not. The goal is to become the kind of person who can suffer without losing direction. There's a difference. One is self-harm. The other is strength. Now here's the challenge. And I want you to treat this like a line in the sand, not like entertainment. Starting tomorrow morning, you begin day 1. Not Monday, not next month. Tomorrow, choose your training plan for the first 7 days. Write it down. Choose your discomfort practice for the first 7 days. Write it down. Choose the attention rule. No social media before noon, and no porn for the full 100 days. Decide your skill. 1 skill, 60 minutes daily. And create your Warrior Log Notes app or paper, doesn't matter. Then do one thing right now that proves you're serious. Remove the most poisonous app from your phone. Not later. Now. The one you just check. The one that steals your attention and then gives it back broken. Delete it. You can reinstall after 100 days if you still think you need it. And when you finish day 1 tomorrow night, write your first entry. Keep it simple. I started. That's enough. If you want to be a warrior, you don't need a perfect life. You need a firm agreement with yourself and the courage to stop bargaining. So here's my question for you, and I want you to answer it in the comments like a vow, not like a wish. Which pillar will be the hardest for you to keep for 100 days? Training daily, deliberate discomfort, attention protection, the skill hour, or the warrior log?